Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today's video, we're going to be using a sketch that I found off of Pinterest. And you can pause here, take your paper and come join me at the table so that way we can work on this together. Now, I'm not going to do much mixed media on here because the paper collection we're using, which is Moonlit Garden, from 49 and Market. It has its own kind of distressed look. So, and just bear with me because I was putting lotion on my hands because I realized they were so ashy. So right now I'm just showing you the stuff that we're going to use. I have a lot of it off to the side, and we're going to just start by taking off our branding strips. And right now what I'm doing is trying to get my picture up of the sketch because I needed to see what I was doing. And of course I didn't have it up when I started the video because that would have been too much like right. Okay, so now that I got it fixed here, we're gonna go ahead and start trimming. So this paper here that we're using is from the Solids collection. And I like how on the back side you get that full strip of dark gray. And at first I was gonna cut this in half, right? And then I wind up realizing I needed to cut my branding strip first. And then I forgot to turn it to put it back on the other side. So we're gonna wind up using this pattern. Sorry about that. I had to fix, I'm still having issues with the camera. I just don't know what to do. So I'm back using my camcorder, to record this video. And hopefully I'll be able to figure things out with using my iPhone because I really loved how the picture looked. But I didn't like how it kept moving to the corner. I don't understand why it was doing that. So this is what we're going to have to work with. So this is where I think we're going to wind up heading. So we're going to create our little portion. And I was thinking I could put it over on the side with like the dark gray and use the hearts, right? But I also thought you could also change it and put that on the bottom. And still get like, cause like I have branding strips from other collections that when I trimmed off the pages I was using that we can put behind. So I don't know that it's going to go at the bottom or if they're going to be at the side at the moment, but I know we're going to use them. So we're going to put that to the side, and then we're going to go through our chipboard words and kind of start picking out a title. So I put up at the top there, best ever. And now I'm putting up the word always. So it's always best ever. And then I think is that the little one? No, I'm going to find another, one of the smaller phrases. It has friends. So I'm going to put that. So it'll say always best ever friends. And then I'm pulling out some other ones that I'm going to put in different spots, which is love this, best, and smile. And I like using those, the smaller words, the ones that are more like the little rectangles, because they don't have to like be in a sentence and make sense. You can just use them as a little accent here and there, and you'll see how we'll use that as we go. So now I'm going to push all that to the side, and we're going to go through this huge ephemera pack. You guys, this ephemera from 49 and Market is so full of stuff. Could be overwhelming. I realized in looking through, they actually have some large title like words on here. So I'm going to pull out family. So we may use that. I think we're going to use that. I pulled out some flowers, another little saying. It says good times. And then I'm also going to pull out, I think it's like 3 hearts. Because they're in this next section. So you see these big hearts here. I think I'm going to wind up using 3 of them. So I'm going to put those up there. And this is basically how I figure out my embellishments, right? Because I'm not fully sure how I'm going to use things, where they're going to lay. So I'm just pulling out anything that I think might be a possibility. Like if I like a ticket, I'm going to pull out ticket. I think I wound up pulling out all those tickets that I just put down at the bottom because I wasn't sure. I was thinking maybe I could use those, you know, because at this moment I'm not really sure how everything is going to pan out. I was thinking about using two of these. They're a little slightly different in color, but I figured that could be, you know, for the base of my photo. So I'm going to leave that there. And then I'm going to go ahead and start putting this up. And I think, I slide everything in and then I decide to go ahead and grab those just in case if I decide I need to like fill in with something. Okay. So for the photos, I'm trimming them down to, I think it's 2 3/4 by 3 inches, something like that. I made them smaller because I wanted them to fit more in along that gray piece, and I also wanted to put a matte. So I knew I wanted a border of white because I do like how that white is popping off of the color paper on the sketch. So I wanted to make sure I had that around the photo. So I'm cutting now my 2 mattes, which are the 3, because I went to 3 by, was it 3.5? 3 1/4? Something like that. Either way, I just went a 1/4 inch bigger from what I sized it at. And then I decided to grab 2 film strips in the like kind of like a light tanny brown color. They're the smaller versions of the super big ones. And I figured I didn't really have a lot of tags, right? In these newer collections, they do some tags in the chipboard, but they don't do tags like they used to do, like that whole package of tags. So I decided at the bottom, instead of doing a tag, I'm going to use one of those film strips and create like a little cluster in the bottom right. So right now we're just putting our photos on our mats so we can get ready and lay everything out. Now, to me, the important thing, especially with something like this, is to kind of start laying things out, right? Lay things out, see how you want things to go. Is it going to work out the way that you're planning? And is it going to keep that feeling that you get from the sketch, right? It doesn't have to be exact down to the same measurements, this long, that long. Like, should there be another piece of white paper? You don't have to be that singularly focused about the sketch. The point of it is this is supposed to give you the creativity to create a page in a way that maybe you weren't thinking, right? Because I know for me, I tend to go to a lot of the same styles, or the same style, I should say, because it's one of my favorite ways to scrapbook, right? So I either do like half the page, pattern papers, 2 different pattern papers, and then creating a little cluster. I have a very go-to type of situation. So this allows me to step outside that box, still use some pattern paper. It already has sort of like that mixed media quality about the background. And then you get a nice, simple, and really pretty layout. So right now I took that one piece, I cut it in half, and then I cut the edges or the sides so that it would look like a tag. And then I took some shimmer ribbon. It's from Studio Light, and it's their vintage Christmas collection, but this was such a light and pretty blue. I felt like it was perfect for this collection. Now, I do know that there's that kind of like banner, the little flag thing at the bottom, that's peeking out in that light blue on the sketch. So I just grabbed a scrap that I had. No need to cut something special. I have this. It's this collection, they all go together, right? So if I don't like one side, I just flip it over and use the other side of the paper. And that's what I wind up doing because I like the darker shade on this one than I did the lighter. So we're just going to continue to kind of lay things out and figure out exactly how we want everything to lay. And here I'm playing with putting it at the bottom. So, you know, do I like it here? Do I want to put it there? So here I'm thinking, you know what? Let me put the darker shade on the side here with the photo. So I'm going to measure that at 9 inches and cut because that's the length of the pattern paper there. And then on the side, the other side of the photo, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm going to put the film strip and then I can use the other film strip like I was telling you on the side, right? So on this one, I'm actually going to use both full strips. In the sketch, the one is a little bit shorter, but I'm going to leave it full length because it doesn't bother me being full length. So I'm just starting to lay down some of the hearts, thinking about where I want to put a few things. Like I kind of like the butterfly there in between us. I'm putting those tickets, or they kind of look like tickets, off to the side because I'm not sure if I'm really going to use it. But I'm just here building up my little cluster. And I like how that is looking. And then our sentiment is going to be always family, best ever, and then the word friends. And then I'm going to put the black one up at the top, the love this, smile kind of over on the left at the bottom, and then the best in the center where the butterfly is right in the middle. I think I like how that looks. So now I'm just looking through, seeing if there was anything on the chipboard, and then I remembered I pulled out the laser cuts. Now with the laser cuts, these are super thin, okay? Don't be afraid. If you break it, it'll be all right because you can always tuck pieces in and add elements that way. You'll see on one of these, I actually just rip it off. The one piece, I just rip it apart because I didn't need that piece per se there, and I wind up using it someplace else. You'll see here in a second. It's this one right here. I'm just going to put it up here at the top for a second because I know I'm going to use it. I just want to pull out the other elements. And then on the second page here, there's some word sentiments that I'm going to wind up pulling out that I like. I think the one is savor life and all its magic. And then the other one is friends forever. So I'm just laying a few things down. I was thinking about putting it there underneath the photo, but then I liked it kind of in the middle. So it would be the separation between the two photos. And I'm just going to move some of those things just so I have an idea. And what I like to do, and you guys know this, I always wind up taking a picture so I can see what I'm figuring out because I'm really digging what I have right here. So now we're just going to start putting it all together. And I always use wet glue with my tape adhesive because I like to make sure that I have a little bit of time that I can move stuff around if I need to. And it does give you a little added adhesion. You don't have to worry about anything pulling back up and not staying down. But I really like the fact that it gives me those few seconds where I can move stuff around if I need be. Okay, so we're putting down our film strip, and then the butterflies we're going to put where it kind of goes over part of the gray and part of the film strip. And then we're going to build up everything else on top. I'm going to go ahead and put this flower down. And then the heart, and you can use foam if you wanted to like lift different elements up. I liked not using it because of layering. It creates a little bit of dimension anyway because, you know, you got one piece on top of another on top of another. So I didn't want to do that, but instead I just put glue in the center of the butterfly so that way we can fluff his wings if we need to. And now that that's done, I'm going to pull everything off to the side for the photo. And we're going to start building up our collection here. So I'm just going to put tape on the one side and then glue it down, my photo. And then I'll do the same thing with the second one, because I really just want it to be attached to the gray piece, right? And then I'm going to pick it all up and put some tape right there on the edge so I could grab the banner piece. And then we're going to put some more tape on the back of this. And I'm just gradually building up all of the layers so that way it creates one big piece that we'll put down all at once. And then I think, do I put it? Yeah, I do. I wound up putting this one down. And I did move it a little over to the right, but I'm okay with that. I'm not mad at that. I'm okay. So for this strip, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue and then turn it over and line it up so just a little bit of that gray is peeking out. And before we continue, I'm going to put this piece down and then do the glue on the back so that way these both will go down. And I think I moved it down a little bit, but that's okay. It'll be all right. It still fits on the page and we can still see everything. So I'm all right. I'm all right. All right, let's go ahead and glue this down. And again, you could use foam. Don't be afraid to use foam. If you want to have some different levels, some heights, you can go ahead and do that. I just didn't on this one. All right. So now we're going to start laying down our elements. And you can see there as when I tore off the little piece of green, because I wanted the green, but I didn't want that other piece on the bottom, small one. I just wanted the little bit of blue to kind of hang out. And then I decided to put a little bit of it going onto the photos. When you have open space like that, you can feel free to do stuff, you know, where it kind of goes over on the edge wherever you have that open space, because nobody's face is covered by doing that. Do you know what I mean? Now I'm putting down the heart with the two sayings, the smile and savor life and all of its magic. And then on the right side, I'm going to add that piece that I tore off. I'm going to put up at the top with the other heart. And then I'm going to take this other piece and I'm going to put it in the center here. I'm just going to kind of lift up this one edge and kind of stick it in there. Yeah. And then we'll put the butterfly kind of on top of that. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and glue down the word best and then put the friends forever right in the center. There we go. And we're building. So now I'm going to lay out the title. And this always makes me nervous because I never use a ruler. And I'm always hoping, I'm like, please, Lord, let it be straight. So to give myself a moment, I'm going to go here and just finish with the heart. So we put the heart down and love this. And now we're going to play with the title. And I'm just going to glue everything straight down. This one is chipboard. The word family is the thin ephemera paper. So it doesn't have the thickness of the chipboard. But I like to nestle. So that's what we're doing there. And then we're going to take the best, which is also chipboard, and nestle it in between the word, you know, that open space for family. And then put ever right below it, and then friends. And you can do stuff like that. You can take all different fonts, elements. You can use paper words with the chipboard. You could use, you know, get someone who has like Vicky Booten when she has like the cursive fonts and stuff. Like you can mix and match all day long. You know what I mean? It's all about building up the title that works best for you. And then I put one of my tabs up there. You know, I always got to put one. And that's a good place to put the date. you know? So I realized I hadn't used these. And so I was looking to see if there was a way to kind of sneak them on. But I realized, no, I kind of like it the way it is. So I'm not going to use it. And I wind up moving that green piece that I took off of the laser cuts. We do wind up taking that off. But I decided what I needed was a small butterfly. So that's what I'm looking for now. I was looking for something to do, to cover the photos, to do the splatters. And I forgot, I actually had already put the small butterflies up there by Always. Do you see it? Yeah, that was from the laser cuts as well. And then I found my smaller papers where I was able to use to cover up the photos. And now we're going to do the splatters. And I had to stand up and get it off my shelf because I forgot to take them down when I first started. But I'm using the speckled egg, and then the black soot, and the gold, the Heidi Swap gold. Well, it's not Heidi Swap anymore. Jen Hadfield. I always do that. So now I'm just doing my black splatters. And I had a little smudge on the one side, and I'll show you how I'm going to fix that at the end. But now I'm going to do the speckled egg. And what I like about speckled egg with this collection, it goes perfectly. It stands out enough, but it's not like a jarring color. It's a very soothing color, and it goes very well with this Moonlit collection by 49 at Market. So it's just a nice element. That's why I used it instead of the white picket fence. I just really wanted that shade of blue. And then we're going to hit it with a little bit of gold. And then I'm going to take the covers off of the photos. And I see the little smudge. And so what I decided to do is I grab the black ink and I just do a little dab to try and make it a little bit bigger and more purposeful and not like a mistake because I was wiping something off. So I added a few gold spots and then splattered the rest that was on the nozzle so you can see all the splatters. And that's our final project. So if you can, just if you have any questions, you can leave. Did you see our little friend? Yeah, of course he had to jump up and say hello, right? So don't be afraid to leave comments down below if you have any questions. I would gladly, answer those for you. If you're a part of my little scrapbook store, we're having an online free crop. It's going to be that first weekend in February. So make sure you head over to our Facebook page and come join. And it's a lot of fun for everybody. And it's free. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a great day.